Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the chapter Molecular Basis of Inheritance. This is in class 12 CBSE syllabus and the part 1 is General Introduction about Molecular Basis of Inheritance. And generally there are a couple of questions in the NIT examination from this chapter and we'll see what kind of questions are there as we progress through the chapter. So nucleic acids. What are nucleic acids? They are informational molecules of universal occurrence. Okay, so these nucleic acids, they provide information and they occur universally. They are present in cells and in viruses. Okay, and they are polymers of nucleotides and hence they are called as macromolecules. So macromolecules is always a polymer of something. And nucleic acids are macromolecules that are polymers of nucleotides. The structural unit of nucleic acid is nucleotide. Multiple nucleotides are combined together and together, they form a nucleic acid. Okay, so nucleotide is the structural unit of nucleic acid. And the two types of nucleic acids are deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA and ribonucleic acid RNA. And we must have heard about DNA and RNA multiple times. So nucleic acids are informational molecules that are present in cells and viruses and the structural unit of nucleic acid is nucleotide. Okay, so nucleic acid is a macromolecule that contains multiple nucleotides. So what is a nucleoside and what is a nucleotide? So nucleotide we just read is the structural unit of a nucleic acid. But here you also see what is a nucleoside. It is very important that you understand what is a nucleoside and what is a nucleotide. Okay. So what is a nucleoside? A nucleoside contains a nitrogenous base plus pentose. And what is pentose? You must know that pentose is a sugar. It is a 5-ringed sugar, And when a nitrogenous base is attached to this pentose sugar ring, it forms a nucleoside. And what is a nitrogenous base? There are 5 different types of nitrogenous bases. The first one is adenine, guanosine, cytosine, thymine, and so these are the 4 that are present in the DNA. Okay, and the 5th one is uracil. So uracil is present in the RNA instead of thymine. Okay, we'll go through it in more detail later. But for now, it is important to know that the nitrogenous bases are adenine, guanosine, cytosine and thymine as well as uracil. And when a nitrogenous base is present along with the pentose sugar, they are bonded together. It is called as a nucleoside. Now, what is a nucleotide? So, nucleotide is a structural unit of nucleic acid. It is the structural unit of both DNA and RNA. So, a nucleotide contains nitrogenous base, pentose sugar and a phosphate group. So, basically nucleotide is nucleoside plus phosphate group. Okay, so it is very important to understand. So the difference is that nucleotide is nucleoside plus phosphate group and nucleoside contains nitrogenous base and pentose sugar. And sometimes, there are very simple questions like what all are the components of a nucleotide or what all are the components of nucleoside. So these questions will be very easy to answer. And nucleotide is the structural unit of a nucleic acid, that is structural unit of DNA and RNA. So DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA carries all of the information for physical characteristic and it is the genetic material in most of the organisms. So it is the genetic material that is passed on from one generation to another and it contains all the information for the physical characteristics. The information is determined by proteins and each protein is encoded by a gene. So for example, this is a double helical DNA molecule. Okay. So what is a gene? A sequence of certain nucleotides on the DNA molecule is called as a gene. So this is a gene. Okay. So this gene can be further transcribed into RNA that will further be translated into protein. Okay, and this protein will contain all the information for the physical characteristics. So the physical characteristics are determined by the genetic material, by a gene that can be transcribed to RNA and then into protein. And we will learn about each of these processes in this chapter, in the subsequent parts. Okay, so the information is determined by proteins and each protein is encoded by a gene. The order of nucleotides within a gene specifies the order and types of amino acids that make a protein. So as a lot of nucleotides, so when nucleotides bind to each other, it results in the formation of nucleic acid. Okay, similarly, a lot of amino acids result in the formation of protein. So protein is a macromolecule and the structural unit is amino acids. Okay, so the order of nucleotides within a gene. So here on the DNA there is a gene, and what is DNA made up of? It is made up of multiple of nucleotides. So the order of nucleotides within a gene specifies the order and types of amino acids that make a protein, So, here the gene will have a particular sequence, for example, A, T, C, G, G, A, T, for example, and then, each of this will determine what kind of protein will be made. And we will see that, in the subsequent parts of this chapter. So, for now, it is important for you to know that there is gene on the DNA and the order of the nucleotides within a gene specifies the order and types of amino acids that make a protein. And what are amino acids? Amino acids are the structural unit of proteins. The fundamental characteristic of genes are storage of hereditary information. The storage of this hereditary information and its expression in individuals. So this hereditary information, or there is genetic information, that basically determines the physical characteristic, and they are expressed in individuals. The other fundamental characteristic of genes is replication and transmission to offsprings. Okay, so the DNA material or the genetic material must be capable of replicating and transmitting it to the offsprings, and the ability to mutate. Okay, it will mutate, that is why we have a lot of variation in various physical characteristics. Somebody has green eyes, somebody has blue eyes, and we'll study about each of these things in detail in the subsequent parts of this chapter. So next is RNA, ribonucleic acid. It may act as a genetic material in some viruses. There are certain viruses that are called as RNA viruses. Okay, so these RNA viruses, the genetic material is RNA. It mostly functions as a messenger by relaying instructions from the genes to guide each cell synthesis of protein from amino acids. So, the sequence is DNA. DNA gets converted to RNA, and then RNA gets translated to proteins. Okay, so this is the most important sequence and you must remember it now. And each of these steps here, we are going to discuss in way too much detail so that you will understand everything. But for now, it is important for you to know that RNA acts as a messenger that relays the instructions from the genes on the DNA. The DNA has genes, which is a sequence of nucleotides to guide the synthesis of proteins from amino acids. Okay. So this conversion of genes to amino acid takes place via RNA. Okay, this is very important to understand. Now there is first DNA, from DNA there is RNA, and from RNA there is proteins. So DNA contains genes, and then RNA acts as a messenger to convert these genes into amino acids that further form the proteins, and proteins guide the expression of characteristics. Apart from this, RNA acts as an adapter and structural and catalytic molecule, and each of this we'll see in the subsequent parts. It acts as an adapter, like it will adapt to certain molecules. It acts as an adapter, by binding different molecules together, bringing them together, and it also acts as a structural and catalytic molecule. So next is the difference between DNA and RNA. So DNA we mostly already know is double-stranded, and RNA is generally single-stranded. Sometimes in certain exceptional cases it can be double-stranded, but generally it is single-stranded. The sugar is deoxyribose and here the sugar is ribose. So what is the sugar? Sugar was the pentose ring, we saw previously. So sugar, it is the pentose because it has 5-ringed structure. So this is the deoxyribose sugar. What does it mean? At the second position, it is deoxygenated. There is no oxygen here. As opposed to the ribose sugar, you see here there is an OH. And here there is no OH, it's just H. That is why it is called as deoxyribose. Okay, so the sugar is deoxyribose and here the sugar is ribose. You do not need to know the structures, but you must know that at the second position it is just hydrogen, in deoxy. It is very simple because the name is deoxyribose. It is deoxygen, without oxygen here. And in ribose there is oxygen. Here the pyrimidines are cytosine and thymine. Here it is cytosine and uracil. As I previously said, DNA contains cytosine and thymine, and RNA instead of cytosine there is uracil. Here cytosines are equal to guanines, because DNA is a double helical structure. Okay, so that is why the cytosines are equal to guanine, because the cytosine pairs with guanine. Okay, there are three bonds, and we'll study about this in the next parts. So the number of cytosine is equal to the number of guanine, and this is because it is a double-stranded structure. DNA is double-stranded. So the number of cytosine is equal to the number of guanines, and here cytosines are not equal to guanines, because it is also single-stranded molecule. And then DNA base pairs in millions, there is millions of base pairing taking place, and in RNA it is generally 100 to 5000, because also RNA is a single stranded molecule generally. Sometimes what happens, let's say this is an RNA molecule, at some places it will form a loop and then again it will be single stranded. So in this small area it will be double stranded, and there is where base pairing will take place, which is usually 100 to 5000. Okay, so these are the main differences between DNA and RNA. DNA is double-stranded, RNA is single-stranded. The sugar in DNA is deoxyribose, without oxygen at the second position. Here the sugar is ribose. Pyrimidine, cytosine and thymine. Pyrimidine, cytosine and uracil. There is no thymine in RNA. And then cytosines are equal to guanines because it is double-stranded, and cytosines are not equal to guanines. It base pairs in millions and it base pairs usually in 100 to 5000. So this was the introduction to this chapter, and you really need to know, about the difference between nucleoside and nucleotide, and that nucleotide that contains nitrogenous base, it contains a pentose sugar and a phosphate group, and this is the structural unit for formation of a nucleoacid. RNA acts as an adapter, between DNA and proteins, and we'll study more about how all these processes take place. Thank you for watching the video.